Hello and welcome to Mr. Dodger's weekly message post. In this weekly message post, we will be discussing the events that have happened at North Johnston Middle School over the last week. We are also going to talk about the events that are going on over the next week at North Johnston Middle School. Let's start with the events that have happened over the last week. Earlier last week, we had a major weather event where a lot of rain was dropped in the area and surrounding areas. Due to this weather event, we had a 2-hour delay in Johnson County schools. We also had a 1-hour delay on consecutive days in Johnson County schools. Also, during that time period, our 7th grade students completed the iReady in both math and reading. This week, our 6th grade students will be completing the same iReady in math and reading. In athletics, all three teams, our softball, our baseball, and our soccer teams, all came out victorious on Thursday against Selma. Last week in our social studies class, we covered the Holocaust, and we also completed a project on an event or a topic within World War II. This week, we have three major events coming up this week on the athletic fields. On Monday, all three athletic teams will be competing at Princeton. The baseball team will be completing the first game that got delayed due to darkness when we played at North Johnston Middle School. So baseball has 2 games to complete on Monday. Soccer and softball have 1 game to complete at Princeton on Monday. Wednesday, we will be traveling to Four Oaks. All three baseball, soccer, and softball will all be competing against Four Oaks on Wednesday. On Thursday will be our final home game of the 2016-2017 school year against Meadow. We hope to see all of you at those events. If you cannot make it to Monday and Wednesday at Princeton at Four Oaks, come out at 4:15 at North Johnston to cheer on all three athletic teams for our final game of the year. In our class this week, we are going to begin our final topics of the Cold War and economics around the world. We're going to start this week with covering the vocab for the Cold War, and then we will continue on talking about key topics in the Cold War throughout the week. Also this week, we will, as a 7th grade hall, collect all students' Chromebooks and chargers. Remember to bring them, and we are going to keep them at school to begin making the repairs necessary for the end of grade assessments that are coming up at the end of the month. Reminder that end of grade assessments are coming up at the end of the month. We will begin those assessments about the 24th or so, and we will do the social studies and science final exams on the 30th and 31st. More info to come in post over the next 2 weeks or so. Remember, we need one final push over the next week to ensure that we do the best we can on those assessments. And remember, as we always wrap up with this post, make it a great day or not. The choice is always yours.